sports, 100% reflective. Sometimes it's Raven. Sometimes it's other teams affected. Hold on tight, strap in. It's gonna get hectic. Couch Rider Report, an original sports perspective. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is the Couch Rider Report, and I'm your Couch Rider, Raven Jermaine Lockett. Thank you for coming back. Either you really have a glutton for punishment, or you actually enjoy this stuff, so I appreciate it. For those of you who are new here, hey, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and smack that bell so y'all know when it's going down, because I just produce these things kind of whenever. You know, I try to put it down on a consistent basis, but this week, hey, we had a little craziness going on at the house with kids hollering, all types of madness with yelling relatives, a 37-foot trailer going on in the driveway. But we really enjoyed the company, no doubt. But at the same time, it's hard to film when you got all the craziness going on. But hey, welcome back anyway. Today, I know y'all ain't want to talk about that. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens, because that's what I do. I got a problem. It's an addiction. I don't even know. I mean, just give me some more Ravens talk. I really enjoyed hearing about the OTAs and everything, but I wanted to talk about the players that are under the most pressure, not even players, coaches and players that are under the most pressure in 2021. Let's start off at the top of the list at number 5, Rob Ryan. Look, this guy knows championship football. He coached with the New England Patriots from 2000 to 2003. And most recently, he was with the Washington football team working with John Bostic and them in 2019. He's worked as a defensive coordinator. He has worked with the inside linebackers with the Washington football team. He's even worked with names like Nnamdi Asomugha when it comes to the secondary. Rob Ryan he's more of a player's coach. And he brings a lot of experience to the table. And he's loud as all get out. And he gets along with the players just fine. But we want to see production. There's no secret that our inside linebackers got beat up a few times in 2020 and this past week in camp. And you can see that they're getting mossed by running backs. They need to learn coverage skills. There's no secret about it. And if he doesn't produce in that area, there could be some problems ahead for Rob Ryan. Not under crazy pressure, but the message is clear. I need you to produce, or we might be looking at different options. This is just a trial basis type of thing. We know what type of problems and type of success the Ryans have had in the past, and we know that their tempers can be going through the roof. We've seen that before, but I don't know if John Harbaugh is going to want that for the long term. So he's definitely under pressure because it is a tryout. Number 4 is Chuck Clark. The only highlights Chuck had in the 2020 season was in the Indianapolis game and in the offseason when he got punched by Earl Thomas. Those are the only 2 highlights. Other than that, the guy's disappeared on the tape. He wears the green dot. Sure, he has a plethora of information inside his head, but I need him to take chances. Baltimore needs him to take chances and show up on the tape and make plays in the secondary. Either that or he's going to be gone, or he's going to be subbed out until it's kind of more he's just going to turn into that defensive backs coach. That green dot needs to be passed on to somebody else so that we can have a playmaking, chance-taking safety. Yes, we've been spoiled with Ed Reed, the GOAT of all safeties. We've been spoiled with that type of production, and we still want that. And that's what the standard is in Baltimore, is to have a person who's going to go out there and make those plays, who's going to take those chances and risk, maybe even giving up big plays, but making big plays to turn balls over so that the Ravens offense can get back on the field and Lamar Jackson can do his thing. Yes, sir. All right. Number 3, Justice Hill. He wasn't brought here for special teams. Plain and simple. The guy was brought here to produce. When he was drafted, you could see he had the speed of Hollywood Brown, but he had the explosiveness and the runs after the catch to do big things for the Baltimore Ravens. He could have been brought here to be that competitive number 3 running back. Now, when the Ravens are bringing in Todd Gurley for tryouts, it makes you wonder, is he really here to be that number 3, or are they just going to relegate him to special teams? I see Harbaugh talking a good coach beat, saying, hey, he's proud of Justice Hill and he wants to see him more involved, and they have plans to get him more involved and using the run game, using the running backs in the passing game, and how he's going to be using that aspect. Stay tuned. There's more to see. I can't wait to see it. But for right now, I don't have trust that Justice Hill is going to have a magnificent year, especially after a disappointing 2020 for him, where 60 yards was it for him. That's about it. Justice has a huge year coming ahead, whether it's going to be with the Baltimore Ravens or it's going to be with some other team. He's got to produce and show up big so that he can display those talents either here or with his next team. Because I don't see a long-term solution when it comes to Justice Hill. But Who knows? Maybe things turn around. Don't know. I just know there was 4 running backs on the roster last year, and he ended up being inactive for 4 of the games last year. And if he was active, he was on special teams. This is not a special teams guy. Can't say it enough. Lots of talent needs to be used. Big year for him, or he's gone. And then here we are, number 2, sack daddy, pressure cooker, whatever you want to call the guy. Jalen Ferguson. College was amazing for you. You broke the sack record of Terrell Suggs while you were in college, and then you came to the NFL, and you have been quiet as a church mouse. This is a huge year for you. You're going to be competing against Bowser. You're going to be competing against Oweh, Hayes, so many others that want the opportunity to shine. Can you? Can you show up big for Baltimore? Because 2 sacks in 2020 don't cut it. What does success look like for you? 6 sacks. If you can get 6 sacks on the season, Baltimore might sign you to probably a little bit of, they can get a little cheese on your taco. Nothing big, but 6 sacks looks good on your resume. Just look at each one of those sacks as maybe $1 million sack. Let's just be honest. It might mean that type of money. Take a look at it, see what you can do in the season. Hopefully you can show up in pass protection and the sacks. Good luck to you, sir. I know you can do it, or at least I believe you have the talent, you have the potential. Potential means you've done nothing, but good luck to you. And the number 1 person under the most pressure in 2021, oh, y'all already know. We yelled his name during the offseason. I know you know it. We're going to say it together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. G-Ro. G-Ro, Greg Roman. Look, some of y'all feel a certain type of way about Greg Roman. I am on the fence, and I'll tell you why. Because he worked with Colin Kaepernick, and he worked with Tyrod Taylor, and when he did, they were great. And when he left or got fired, they were terrible. Let's just be honest. It is what it is. G-Ro made those guys exceptional. He made Lamar Jackson exceptional in the ground game and in the air. Colin was great in the air when he had G-Ro. Tyrod Taylor was great in the air when he had G-Ro, when he had Robert Woods, and he had Sammy Watkins. Now, of course, Baltimore has Sammy Watkins. Lamar's got Sammy Watkins. This should be something that Greg Roman is used to and can work with to make things happen. He's got a plethora of other weapons as well. So there's no excuse when it comes to the passing game. Everything has been put into place when it comes to T. Martin and Keith Williams. They were brought in as wide receiver coaches and passing game specialists. And they are on Twitter and on video right now saying, hey, look, the routes are the plays. So what they are saying is it's going to be installed into the offense. And if they do not install this into the offense, if Greg Roman does not practice the humility that is needed to install these type of drills, routes, plays into the offense, your boy's going to be gone by week 7. Week 7, you heard it here first at the home of Original Sports Perspective. From the Couch Rider Raven, I'm telling you, week 7, G-Ro might be gone if he does not work with these 2 guys to make it happen. There's no more excuses. There's no more, hey, we're focused on just the ground game. No, the pass and attack on the outside has to happen, or Harbaugh has to make tough decisions, or he might be gone. I know that sounds really tough, right? But it's honest. It's true. The offense has to get rolling if Baltimore wants to continue to win games, because everybody's catching on to this running attack. They got to win on the outside. Those are your 5 players under the most pressure. Rob Ryan, Chuck Clark, Justice Hill, Jay Ferg, Sack Daddy, whatever, and G-Ro. They all could be looking for jobs next offseason if they don't produce. This is the home of Original Sports Perspective. From our couch to yours. Thanks for tuning in to your Couch Rider Report. I'm your Couch Rider Raven. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Y'all take care. Have a good evening.